Okay, everyone, I'm going to run through this pretty quickly. There's too many charts to print out and do my normal layout, so I'm just going to throw them in a video really quick. CVNA. You can see we have resistance here, resistance here, resistance, resistance, resistance. So watch this 129 area for CVNA. If it can clear that, 136.92 is the peak of this here. That's a good distance for a nice run up. If we reject here, we've got a good distance till this support down here. Let's move over to SHOP. SHOP has clear resistance here. Friday we hit that and rejected there, so 68.21. If we can clear that, there's some good room in here to complete this gap. If we reject there and go to the downside, there's some good room down to 63.15, which was this support level down here. TSM. TSM has some big resistance there, big resistance there. So let's see if it can clear 184.86, or it's at a good spot where if it rejects, we have a low risk entry there as well. You can see it's on a monster run up here from 129 to 184. So that was a good pullback there, and then it came right back to that prior high and stopped. Next up, AMD. AMD, I've got a bunch of lines on here that you don't normally see from my charts. These are some fib levels. You can see it's right up against this prior resistance here. If we can clear that, the next resistance level up here, which was resistance here as well, and then some support in here and resistance again, that's also a fib level there. So that's up at 184.92, which is a good distance away from here. If it rejects here, we can go back down a little ways as well. So again, a low risk entry depending on what side of this line we open on Monday. Next up is A. If we come over here, you can see some clear support here, and we bounced off of that level again on Friday. So I want to see if that holds, the 125.30. If not, there is an eventual gap over here that we can fill, which would be down in the 114.5 area. So keeping an eye on this one to see if this 125.30 holds as current resistance still. Next up is DDOG. DDOG had this resistance here, which it stopped at on Thursday. We did push through on Friday, so if we get continuation, looking to see if we can get back up to this prior high over here at 138.61, or if we do get a pullback, let's see if we pull back to this 132.90, if that holds as support, and then we can make our way up there. Either one of those scenarios would be good. Next up is AFRM. AFRM, you can see we have some clear support right in here. We're just touching that level on Friday. So let's see if that 28.39 area can hold as support. See if we can get a bounce. If not, low risk entry, because if we take a short and it reverses, we're in right at this level here. So we'll know right away if we're wrong. We can get out with minimal damage. Next up is ACN. This one has clear support right here, which it bounced off of Friday. It did close right near that level. There is a little gap to fill over here. So if we lose this level, there's a decent distance down to where that gap was created. Or if we bounce here, there's a good distance up to where this prior resistance would have been as well. MDB is next. This is another scenario where there's two possible things that would still look great. We cleared this area over here and we're working on filling this gap. So we can either have some continuation towards that gap fill, or again, what would also be healthy would be a retest of this prior support level here, 252.11. It was a resistance, we popped through. Let's see if it comes back down, tests the support, and then goes and marches its way towards that gap fill. That would be a healthy scenario as well. And last is TJX. We have this clear resistance point up here that we bumped our head against Friday and rejected. TJX is on a nice run as well, so some sideways consolidation is a good, healthy sign. Let's see if we can push through that 111.79 area. Or if we reject, we'd want to see if this level here, where it's kind of going sideways, this consolidation area, we'd want to see if that level holds, and then we can make a push through for the next leg up. So those are the charts that I have for today. I ran through them quick. You can pause the video at any point. Hope that helps.